Hi, my name is Nicole Barre, and I'm an actress in the New Orleans area. I recently had a swarm of bees in my tree. This tree. My brother has been a long-time subscriber and follower of JPthebeeman, so he suggested I call JP and have him come and remove the swarm. I was on The Walking Dead and I played Kathy from Oceanside, and Kathy met her fate and became a zombie, or a walker as it's called. So we don't want those bees to become walker bees. JP, we don't want those bees to turn into zombie bees, because Kathy clearly met her fate that way. Thanks again, JP, for saving the bees and keeping them alive. No zombie bees. Save the bees.
We're in Harahan, Louisiana. It's April 6th. It's a Saturday evening around 4 o'clock, somewhere in that neighborhood. You see we got our duck box, owl box, duck box, squirrel box. They're all pretty much kind of the same. But anyway, you can see where the opening is, and the bees swarm right in there. And they're attached to the lid. I'm gonna give them a little smoke, and we're gonna open the top and see if we can't catch our queen. And get some close-ups of the bees. Hello, girls. I'd have to title this video Planes, Trains, and Church Bells or something. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to give the bees a little bit of smoke, and then we're going to open the lid. The lid is hinged, thank goodness, and the bees haven't been here a long time, so we don't need to take the duck box down, owl box, whatever you want to call it. So they hadn't been here very long, 3-4 days tops. Let's get into it. Smoke. Got one screw here. Get out, and then this thing should open up. This thing's kind of hanging on by one screw here, looks like, and then this little support here. There ain't much holding this thing up, really. Let me hand this to you, Mark. Screws are just kind of spinning.
Right.
Let me see if I can just pry the hinge away. Didn't take much. Alright. That's it. It's loose. Yeah, you got a few little combs in there. Do is see if I can't find her. These comb sections are really too new to transfer into the setup. So we'll just get them to make new comb. I want to give a shout out to Gonzales in Thailand. He's been a subscriber to my YouTube channel for quite a while now, and I ran into Hans about 4 years ago, and this is actually his sister Nicole's house, so thanks for the referral, Hans. They're already putting their little butts up and they're fanning. I'll give you a little close-up what that looks like. There we go. See how they raise their little hiney's up? They have a little gland right before the tip of the abdomen called the nasonoph gland. Whenever you shake them into another setup, they're going to reorient. That's what they do. It's innate. So that's what they're doing. And they're going to put their little butts up, and they're going to emit that nasonoph, or orientating pheromone. See, that one's really getting into it right there. See her? Her butt's way up in the air. And they will fan that nasonoph, okay? It'll go airborne. And they'll start coming in to investigate the new spot, okay? Alright. Let's get this next one. This one may not come off like the other one. It's a little more secure. And I don't know if you're getting this, but that little bit of wet stuff that's coming out of the cells of this, that's nectar, okay? It has a very high moisture content. So when they bring it back into the colony, they'll regurgitate the nectar. Other bees will mix it with enzymes, and then they regurgitate it back into the cells. And that's done a couple of different times, and with them fanning inside the hive, that adds like a dehumidifying effect. And so what they're doing is they're curing the honey. So if you can shake the combs like this and the nectar comes out, it's definitely not cured, it's not honey, and it's not something you'd want to harvest. Very dark bees. I have not noticed the queen, so I'm thinking she's still in the duck box, owl box, whatever you want to call it. Start that down. All right, we're gonna go in and see if we can't find the queen. I see her. Just spotted our queen. She's running down on the wall here. There she is. She's coming up. Come on. Smile, girl, you are on candid camera. No mistaking which one she is, right? See her at the top there? Look at that big abdomen. All right. There's our queen. That's her right there, Mark. So this is the homeowner, Mark.
Yeah.
He said, so you get the queen and you put her in the box and they all follow, right?
That's all it takes.
Yeah, well, something like this, yes. Okay? But when they've been in somebody's wall or their soffit or something like that, they've been in there for years. If you don't get all the comb out, you can get that queen out and they'll just make a new queen. If they haven't been in it that long, yeah, they'll follow the queen. By nightfall, all these bees in this duck box, tongue twister, man. By nightfall, all the bees in the duck box should be in the nucleus setup. Now, when you transfer the setup to a nuke location, they may decide, you know what, we don't really like this nuke box. And if they decide they don't like the new setup and they leave, they have to come back. She's caged. And I have seen them leave up to 5-6 times before over a couple of different days. Eventually they will get the message, okay? And they have to commit to the setup. But if you don't cage them and they leave, you've lost them. So that's why we do that. In case you're wondering, the workers, which is the majority of what we're looking at, can get in and out of this queen catcher to tend to her just fine. So she will be released after about 3 days. All right, go ahead and put her in the setup. Put the lid on. Okay, so at this point you might be thinking, what about all these bees in the duck box? They're going to wind up in here, I promise you. They will, but I'm going to give them a little push right now with the smoke. So you might be thinking it's about to get a little crazy. And you'd be right. What we're going to do now, we're going to try to get these bees airborne. We're going to force them to orient to our nucleus box a little bit faster. Just going to fly a little smoke and get them airborne. And you're going to watch. They're going to start flying around that box and start going in. Another good reason why you cage the queen, you see, you can do stuff like this. If you don't have a cage right now, you can't do this, because then the bees go all over the place. They may wind up in the neighbor's yard or something like that. But because we have her in the setup, pretty much do whatever we want within reason. I'm gonna hit them a few more times. Show you what's going on down here, folks. Not a lot's happening yet, but it's going to. Once they start committing to this setup, it's going to start looking like it does up here now, okay? Mark my words. Once they start to commit to this box, it'll start looking like this. We'll just give them a little time to do their thing. It's going to happen. You just got to be patient. Look at this one right here. See how she's back in, raising it up? Yeah. She's flapping her wings. See how that one's doing it as well? But they're putting out that pheromone I was telling you about, the orientating pheromone. And the other one's going to smell this. And eventually they're going to come on down. Hands up, bye. Basically calling in their sisters, saying, look, this is the new setup. Okay? And the queens, you know, put out a scent as well, so they're going to wind up here. Because there's no comb there anymore and there's no queen, so there's no reason at all for them to stay in that box. And how you do that? Mm-hmm. And you'll see, we'll sit here and watch them. Slowly but surely, they're going to start covering this thing and then they're going to make this their new home. How about that, folks? Not many bees up there anymore. This is the new home. This is their new home. I sure hope y'all enjoy this video and y'all having a fantastic day out there, because you know I am. They got it going on. I'll be back tonight. Put them on the truck. These are to go to the bee yard tomorrow. Hope y'all having a good one.